Hello, welcome back to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. I hope you're having a great day. So it's not every day that I get to see Topps Fanatics step in a pile of its own manure, but it just recently happened and it's pretty funny. And what happened, Well, they went ahead and put a preview on the Topps X account of their 2025 to 2026 Topps 3 basketball product, which is a high-end product that goes for $1,000 per box if you're fortunate enough to buy directly from the Topps consumer account, okay? But cross your fingers, because you basically have to be a breaking company to get those boxes, at a decent rate. But still, for most of the general public, including myself, that's just way too much money for a box of cards. Now, we all know that Topps Fanatics likes to hype up the gambling aspect of this hobby, which I don't like at all. If you want to invest, I always recommend going to the stock market like I do. I play it every day for the most part as a day trader. And I don't make a lot of money every day, because that's the way day trading works. You're not going to get rich as a day trader. You just make your profits every day, which are typically small profits, okay? But nonetheless, it goes up. So you don't have to gamble all your money to make a profit, okay? Just letting you know. All right. So the first thing that stands out is the prices on the secondary market, And I'm not sure if these people already have this product or if they've pre-ordered it. I'm not sure what the story is there, but, you can see where they're asking anywhere from, basically $2,000, to, $1,500, $1,600, That's about the going rate for this product on the secondary market at this point in time. Would I buy that? Hell no. I'd use that money to buy a vehicle, business. I might even take that money and put it on the stock market if I had it, because I would feel safer, investing it in the stock market than investing it on a gamble that you're going to hit a big player in this box set, all right? So that takes me to this page, We can see that, this is going to be released on March 5th on EQL at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? So if you want to give it a shot, if you have your money saved up, good luck, because that's what you're going to need. So, you can download the checklist, you can download the odds, That's really important if you're going to gamble on this set. We can take a look at some of these cards, We have this triple patch auto of Victor Wembanyama. It's numbered out of 10, Obviously, the gamblers want that, but you're going to have to do your research because, I've been checking out the Wemby autos on eBay, the comps, and a lot of them are getting sold for about $1,500, $1,600, strangely enough. So you might break out even, if you're fortunate enough to hit that card, if you paid $1,600 in the secondary market. You might make a little bit of cash, if you paid $1,000 on Topps direct-to-consumer, but once again, good luck. All right, so, we have some other autos here, this Dylan Harper, Steph Curry. They like to hype up, the ice water. They got Trae Young wearing his Atlanta Hawks uniform, which seems kind of weird. Anyway, so we can see what they're hyping up, Let's see what they have here. The rookie 3-patch autos, because it's all about 3. The Holy Trinity. The Thunder Dunk signatures, there we have LeBron. Now, these are all big-name players that they're going to show you, because that's what they want you to believe you're going to get. We have this Con Kneppel 3-and-D insert, numbered out of 15. We have the Rim Reapers signatures with KD, which that looks really cheesy, because to me, that looks like a sticker. Anyone who knows my channel knows I don't like stickers for the fact that there's just been too much information leaked where family members sign autos for players. And I believe they could even use an auto pen machine for stickers because let's face it, if there isn't like a Topps representative there, these athletes can do whatever they want. They're hyping up Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the paint insert. Then we have Hakeem Olajuwon with a City Drip, auto insert. But let's face it, these cards really aren't standing out. Yeah, they're nice looking cards. I give them credit there, but I've seen cards that are very similar to this and other Topps products that didn't cost nearly this much. All right, so that's something to consider. And then that takes us to X and their big preview of a box opening, okay? Which many would believe is an unmitigated disaster at this point, but hey, it is what it is. So let's take a listen to it.
We're opening a $1,000 box of Topps 3 basketball. Each box comes with 4 cards, and we're looking for patches, autographs, rare inserts, especially those big rookies in this class. Let's see what we got here on the first card. Looks like a patch. It looks like Laker purple and gold. It's a Deutero to 5 on the rookie triple patch auto. That's beautiful. Let's see what we got here next. Looks like an insert. It's Giannis on the ice water to 49. Another cool design there. Let's see what we got here next. Maybe another insert peeking through there. It's going to be a Danny Wolf rookie verse on-card auto to 15 there. That's a cool one as well. Here we got in the last card in the box. It's going to be another patch, I think. Oh, we got the Hornets blue peeking out over there. Who's it going to be? A lot of Hornets rookies this year. It's Zion James on the triple patch to 25. That's sick.
You only have one big name player out of that pool. That's numbered. But honestly, I don't see a lot of value there. We have all these other players, but let's face it, these aren't big name players. And so if this was your purchase for $1,000, how would you feel? Would you feel like you just struck out? You just wasted all your money? Ice water, more like dog water. I mean, honestly, that card isn't very special. I mean, I've seen cards that look very similar to that, I mean, it's not like a rookie card or anything, I wouldn't trade a 99-cent taco seasoning packet for those cards. Obviously referring to that guy that got busted, who was purchasing cards and he'd put taco packets on top of the cards and he wouldn't pay anything for them through the self-service checkout. But, he has a point here. Why even bother doing that with stuff like this? There's no value there for the most part. How to turn $1,000 into about $3.50. Yeah, I mean, he's thinking the same way I am. If you're hanging out at your LCSs and you're seeing prices that are similar to mine, it's quite alarming, what Topps Fanatics is doing with these prices. Does this person know how bad this was? Yeah, I mean, that's just it. The person who was doing that seemed pretty excited. Hey, you have your autos here, but we all know the game. We're looking for those big name autos, And hey, maybe some of these guys will blow up. That happens sometimes with a lot of these kind of no-name players, but more often than not, it just doesn't happen. Better spend that $1,000 on the slot machine. Will last you longer than opening this box. I would say the stock market, you're going to do better on the stock market. If anything, you get some experience. And the risk, the more experienced you get on the stock market, it's not as risky as doing this type of stuff. $1,000, I used to love buying hobby boxes and ripping them, but the cost is just insane unless you do this for work. Buy a $1,000 single card you want from this set, you'll feel a lot better about than getting skunked on the $1,000 box. Yeah, well, he said it, I mean, if you see someone selling, a nice card out of this set, with a big name on it that's numbered, nice auto, patch, whatever, yeah, it's a better deal to just purchase it than to gamble all your money away. Probably best you don't open any boxes. You really can't win here. You either hit garbage and nobody buys the product, or you hit gold and nobody buys the product. Yeah. I don't know. We all know that people want the better cards, So if you're fortunate enough to hit one of those better cards and you're not a breaking company, yeah, give yourself a thumbs up, but I'm just going along with the odds here. And the odds are really against that. Some guy who purchases one box is more than likely not going to get a big hit. Tell me how this is an upgrade from Panini's premium products. How long do we have to see Fanatics controlling all of the licenses? Yeah, that's just it. So many people are just so exhausted with this monopoly. And we can thank the sports leagues for it as well. They obviously don't care about the collector as well, or even their fans for the most part. Why would you post this terrible self-goal waste of money? I'll spend my money on last year's Flawless or Immaculate or 1-in-1. Thanks. Well, you're still gambling buying those Panini products. All this high-end stuff to me is a waste of money for the most part. And the problem is they like to put the good limited stuff in these high-end products, but the gamble is still there. You can't say it's not. 2 second rounders out of 4 cards. One is averaging 5.4 points per game and shooting 37%. The other is in the G League. Neither one belongs in $250 per card product. This set should stay unreleased permanently. Good point. All I know is they're not big name players, And so I was right, right there. Those are dollar autos at my LCS. Some dude in the G League, some guy averaging 5.4 points per game. I have bought basketball autos for $1 with these type of guys, And I still can't sell them because nobody wants them. No way you are bragging about this charging $1,000. Yeah, to me, this product should probably be, maybe $300, $400 max. For high end. That seems about right. 4 cards, and 3 of the 4 are no-name players. This combo of product and price point is criminal. Yes, it really is, If it were up to me, I'd pull the licensing from Topps Fanatics. And I would have pulled it from Panini as well. And I would give it to companies that are going to sell awesome, affordable products so that the fans and collectors can enjoy it once again. It's not just meant for high-end investors. Topps is scrambling. I've never seen so much product sit in my life. They are trying to show they are the everyman now with this strategy. Overprinted by 1,000 times, raised prices, leases, hit rate. Topps was solid before the takeover. Now it's watered down even more than Panini. I feel that way too. It's a dangerous product if you're going to be ripping open boxes, And I know all the big YouTube sports card gurus who are ripping open this product day in and day out. They don't want you to know that. They just want the views so they can get paid, if they're monetized, Is this supposed to encourage people to buy these boxes? $25 worth of junk for $1,000. $25 is giving, that stuff credit, to be honest, So $1,000 box for $5 and hits, got it. And, maybe this is a play to push people down into, maybe more retail products, whatever. You buy your retail. You can't do any worse than this, I don't know. Man, the junk wax has gotten really expensive. I don't remember you guys charging so much for your crap in the 80s and 90s. Well, that was different ownership, This is the Fanatics sports card realm, and the deeper you go into Michael Rubin's lifestyle, the endless parties, the $1 billion, Learjet attitude, that's what's fueling this, is Michael Rubin's greed and selfishness. You can't say it isn't. I can only imagine how bad these boxes truly are. The auto checklist is full of G League players. Ouch. I didn't even go over the checklist, but man, if that's the case, I wouldn't waste my money on this box. That's just it. So, there's so many people weighing in on this. I could go on and on. But overwhelmingly, people are feeling like this is just a big grift, Anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. You're the reason I keep doing this because I'm still not monetized. I'd like to thank my viewers. If you could give me a thumbs up and hit the subscription button, I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.